Good morning. It's a Monday morning, and today we're going to read Acts 16, 6 through 10. And they went through the region of Phrygia and Galatia, having been forbidden by the Holy Spirit to speak the word in Asia. When they had come up to Mysia, they attempted to go into Bithynia, but the Spirit of Jesus did not allow them. So passing by Mysia, they went down to Troas. And a vision appeared to Paul in the night. A man of Macedonia was standing there, urging him and saying, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." And when Paul had seen the vision, immediately we sought to go on into Macedonia, concluding that God had called us to preach the gospel to them. So this is what's known as Paul's Macedonian call. And every once in a great while, you'll still hear someone use that phrase. I had a Macedonian call, a call that I could not deny. The Spirit was pointing me in this direction and wanting me to go there, and I had to go there. I've heard people use that phrase now and then. I think it requires a fair degree of biblical literacy, and you may not have heard that out in common parlance too much, but that's what that means. Now, Macedonia these days, I believe, is a separate country, but it's the northern part of Greece. So, and it may have been part of Yugoslavia. I can't remember all of that stuff, but it's the northern part of Greece, and so they go across from Turkey to Macedonia. Troas is somewhere near Troy, the ancient city of Troy, which had some other names too. But that's kind of where he was, up there in the northwest part of Turkey, and he goes across to Macedonia. The Spirit won't let him preach in these regions. Bithynia, Galatia, and Mysia are all regions of Turkey, or Asia Minor in those days. And the Spirit says, "No, leave those people alone and go this way." So he does, and he ends up in Macedonia because he had a vision. And so they go over there and conclude that God has called them to go to Macedonia, and that's where they go. The other interesting thing about this bit of text, they went through the region of Phrygia and Galatia. They did this, they did that. And then verse 10, when Paul had seen the vision, immediately we sought to go into Macedonia. And from there on out in the book of Acts, it's we. And so at some point, Luke joined his group, perhaps. Maybe Luke just got a little grammatically lazy and switched from third person to first person and didn't even think about it. But there's a famous shift here in Acts. The narrative is the same. The stories are the same. They seem to be told by a witness, but it's clearly here someone who is involved with Paul and his group making this crossing to Macedonia. Macedonia being a part of Greece, of course, is in Europe. And so this is Paul's first, he crosses that bit of the ocean, and he's crossed from the Middle East and Asia Minor into Europe itself. And so that's his first European visit, and he will have some others as he goes through southern Greece and Corinth and places like that. But that's all to come. So look for what is the Spirit saying in your life, in your particular life, and have you ever known any Macedonian calls, any calls that you just couldn't deny? If you have, reflect on those and how they worked out for you. And I think that when God calls, sometimes He calls us to a place and to a thing, and we do it, and then at a certain point we realize, okay, my work here is done. It's time to move on. I'm finished. We certainly don't have to stay someplace forever because we got a call there once. So, you could reflect on that and how that figures into your sense of call and your sense of what God is leading you to do next. And it may well be to stay where you are and continue to do what you do. But with the Spirit, one never knows. So there you go. Reflect on that. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.